Hello everybody, welcome back to Full Power Toga. I'm Keegan. Today we got a nice little hop from Frankfurt to Amsterdam in the CRJ 700 with Lufthansa. I'm aware that Lufthansa doesn't operate the 700 anymore. I don't have the 900, so this is what we got. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're enjoying what you're seeing today, please leave a like if you think I deserve it. It means the world. And without further ado, we'll jump inside, get this thing started up, and we'll be on our way. Alrighty, the airplane's boarded up. We got the APU on. I went ahead and got everything programmed here. We're going to be taking runway 25 center for departure with the Maroon 6 Foxtrot departure, which is going to take us out of the airport, a right-hand turn, and turn us towards Maroon so we can get on our route for today. I went ahead and got the flight plan plugged in and everything good here. There's our legs page. I'll scroll through this really quickly. If you want to pause and take a look, feel free. We'll put in the arrival once we get a little bit closer to Amsterdam. We'll go back to the perf page. That'll work. Alright, they're connecting the tug right now. We'll go ahead and get the beacon light on, and we'll get pushing back and get these engines started. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start the right engine. Press the start button here. We'll wait for 10% on N2, and then we'll get the fuel introduced. There we go. And it looks like we have a good engine start on the right engine. We'll go ahead and get the left engine started. Same thing here. 10% on N2, and then we'll drop in the fuel. There's 10%. Alrighty, so we have two good engines running and rolling. We're going to unlock the gear to the airplane so we can come back up here and make sure everything is set up in the overhead. Get our probe heat on. We'll get our hydraulics on as well to auto. Everything up here looks fairly good. Now we just got to come down here and get our mock trim, stabilizer trim. We have to do the yaw damper, mock trim, and stabilizer trim. We got that all set. We look at our EFB over to performance. We're going to take off of flaps 8. We'll get all our bugs set here. We got V1 131, 131 VR, 140 V2. So we can go ahead and set flaps 8 here. That's 1, and that's 8. And we'll also get our takeoff trim set of 7.6. Alrighty, here we are short of 2.5 center. Go ahead and pop up here and get our strobe lights. If I can find the click spot. Strobe lights on, wing lights on. We'll go ahead and pop the landing lights on since we're going to get on the runway and bolt out of here. Go ahead and start the clock. Throttle's about 40%. And toga. Airspeed's alive. There's 80 knots. And our V1 rotate. And we got a positive rate, gear coming up. Plane seemed like it wanted to stick to the ground there. We're about 400 feet. We'll go ahead and hit nav. We'll follow the flight director. And there's 1,500 feet, so we'll pull back to climb. We'll start accelerating. Alrighty, let's go ahead and say we've been cleared to our cruising altitude, 32,000 feet, so we'll go ahead and bug that up here. There we go, 32,000 feet. Let's pick speed. We'll climb at 250 knots. We'll bring those throttles back up to climb. And all that's left now is just to climb out of here. Alrighty, we're up through 10,000 feet, so we can go ahead and speed up a little bit. We'll accelerate to 280 knots. We'll go ahead and turn off our landing lights and all our extra lights that we don't need. Strobe, beacon, nav can go ahead and stay on. Everything else can turn off. And we'll also bing the cabin real quick and make sure they know that we're above 10,000 feet so we can get any snacks and food served up. Other than that, we are making good progress here. We just got to climb up to 32,000 feet. Then we'll be in our cruise, so sit back, relax, and I will catch up with you guys here in just a minute when we make it up to cruise.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
Alrighty, we've just made it up to our cruising altitude of 32,000 feet, flight level 320. From here on out in cruise, it's just a matter of watching the throttles. I'm going to be trying to maintain Mach 0.77 the entire way. The CRJ has no auto throttle, so you got to really stay on top of it and make sure you're watching your speed. But with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and get you guys some cinematic shots of the outside. Hang out for the cruise montage, and I'll catch back up with you when we're planning the descent. So I'll see you all in just a bit. On the end of our cruise phase here, so we'll go ahead and jump down here and get our arrival plugged in. Got Amsterdam arrivals. We're going to be landing runway 27. Let's get the ILS 27. Looks like the R-tip transition, and then we will grab the Nork 2 Alpha arrival R-tip. We'll get that in, and then we need to go look at the... Looks like it already has us past a top of descent. So we'll go ahead and drop our altitude down about 10,000 feet for now. We'll descend with the vertical speed. We'll go at a pretty decent click here, just to get back on a profile. It was a little late on the draw with getting that arrival plugged in. One thing I do want to know with descending with this plane, one thing I'm doing is I'm just playing with the vertical speed all the way down, making sure our little reference star here stays somewhat in the middle for our vertical profile. It's a little bit different than an A320 or a 737 because you don't have a VNAV to guide you down, so I'm just playing with the throttle, keeping our speed where it needs to be, and playing with the vertical speed to keep our angle where it needs to be to take us right down into Amsterdam. We're almost to the glide slope intercept. It looks like our ILS is offsetting us a little bit. There's the glide slope. Let's go ahead and put the gear down. So now we are set up for landing, so right now it's just a matter of slowing us down, getting the rest of our flaps down. We have our V approach in 141. We can go ahead and hit flaps 40. Flaps 45 rather. Bring the speed in. We have our landing lights on, gears down, flaps are full, reversers are armed. So I'll go ahead and take control. I'll try to set this bird down nice and easy here at Amsterdam. Working on bringing us back over to be lined up with the runway, and we're a little bit low with the pappies, so I'll bring the nose up to adjust. There we go. At 200 feet, we'll say 200 feet's our minimums. That'll be our decision altitude. Keeping a little bit of speed on, 500 checks. Bring our nose up. Getting a little low again.
400.
We're looking good. Bringing it right on over. We're nice and lined up with the runway now.
300. 200.
Say 200 is our minimums. We're stabilized. Continue.
100.
Sync rate.
50. 40. 30. 20.
We're floating a little bit, landing a little bit long, but we're small jets. We have plenty of runway. We're down. Get the reversers going. Get our spoilers out. Got 2 green reverse. And we're decelerating. There's 60 knots. We'll bring the reversers out. We'll use some braking to get us slowed down. There we are. We'll take off. Take the November 4 turnoff here off of runway 27. Then we'll taxi to the gate and park it up.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Alrighty, we're coming up on our stand now. Should be off here to the left. I'm looking for the marshaller and hopefully actually have a marshaller this time that I can see. It's not looking like it, unfortunately. It's hiding behind all the ground equipment there. We'll go ahead and pull it into the gate here. You picked a great position to stand in. We'll just kind of guesstimate here. Stop it right there. Make sure we get the parking brake on. Our APU is running. Everything is good up there. Turn off the taxi lights and we'll get the engine shut down. Alrighty, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you do, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. If you made it this far, why not go check out one of my other full flight videos? I got a whole slew of them on the channel and some live streams too. So once again, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all have a fantastic week. And you all stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you all in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you.